The battlefield of Karos 9 was quiet in the way only truly dead places could be. Charred metal skeletons of dropships lay half-buried in black sand, their hulls still ticking as they cooled. The sky burned a permanent copper red, stained by ionized dust and the remnants of orbital bombardment. Wind dragged broken banners across the ground, their symbols no longer meaning anything to anyone left alive. Lieutenant Aaron Hale stood alone at the edge of the ravine, rifle slung low, helmet tucked under his arm. His unit was gone, evacuated under emergency orders after the coalition command deemed the mission no longer strategically viable. That was the polite way of saying, leave the wounded behind. The coalition had tried to save Karos 9 once. When the Dominion counterattacked with overwhelming force, the galaxy decided the cost wasn't worth it. Fleets withdrew. Medships jumped out. Allies turned away. Aaron hadn't. At the bottom of the ravine, something massive shifted. Aaron tightened his grip on the rifle and activated his visor. The targeting reticle flickered, then locked onto a heat signature far larger than any human. Alien, he muttered. Still alive. Protocol said to report it. Protocol also said do not engage, do not assist, do not linger. Aaron ignored protocol and started climbing down. The alien lay crushed beneath a slab of fallen ferrocrete, its massive frame twisted at an unnatural angle. It was one of the corrosion Vec, 8 feet tall when standing, armored hide layered like living stone, 4 powerful arms designed for close combat warfare. This one wasn't standing. Its lower body was mangled beyond recognition. The legs were shattered, spinal plates cracked open, bioluminescent blood slowly seeping into the sand. One eye was gone. The remaining one fixed on Aaron with sharp, fading awareness. The Vec warrior tried to move. It failed. A deep, broken sound rumbled from its chest. Not quite a roar, not quite a plea. Aaron froze. He'd fought Vec before. They were legends across the coalition. Unbreakable shock troops, warriors who never retreated, who fought until their hearts stopped beating. This one had been left to die. Easy, Aaron said, voice low, calming, though he wasn't sure the alien understood him. I'm not here to hurt you. The Vec's eye narrowed. A translator implant flickered to life in Aaron's ear, pulling fragments of language from the battlefield's calm debris. Human? Leave? The alien rasped. Aaron shook his head. Yeah. That's the one thing I'm not great at. The alien's name, Aaron learned, was Threxcal of the 9th War Clade. He'd been a frontline commander when the Dominion struck. When coalition forces retreated, Threxcal held the line alone, buying time for thousands to escape. Artillery collapsed the ravine on top of him. His legs were crushed instantly. His spine severed. For a Vec, paralysis was worse than death. Their culture revered strength, movement, battle. A warrior who could no longer fight was considered empty, a body without purpose. Even their own people would not retrieve him now. Rescue resources were reserved for those who could still stand. Threxcal knew this. You waste life, he told Aaron through broken translations. Your people left. Mine will not come. Go. Aaron crouched beside him. I've been left before, he said quietly. Didn't care much for it. He scanned Threxcal's injuries. Human medkits were useless for alien physiology. The spinal damage alone was catastrophic. Even if Aaron called for extraction, which he couldn't, because comms were jammed and command had pulled out, no ship would risk returning for a single paralyzed alien. The galaxy had already made its decision. Aaron made his own. I'm getting you out, he said. Threxcal let out a low, humorless rumble. Impossible. Funny thing about humans, Aaron replied. We don't stop just because something's impossible. It took 6 hours to free Threxcal from the rubble. Aaron used explosive charges meant for anti-armor combat, placing them with surgical precision. One wrong move would have crushed the alien completely. Each blast echoed across the dead battlefield like a countdown to disaster. When the slab finally shifted, Threxcal screamed, a raw, involuntary sound that shook the ravine walls. Aaron slammed a stabilizer into the alien's chest plate, pumping pain suppressants directly into his bloodstream. Sorry, Aaron whispered, breathless. Almost there. By nightfall, Aaron had rigged a crude sled from debris and dragged Threxcal across the sand, inch by agonizing inch. Every step tore at Aaron's muscles. His armor servos burned out halfway through, forcing him to continue on raw human strength alone. The Vec watched him silently. "Why?" Threxcal finally asked. "Your species gains nothing." Aaron laughed bitterly. "You ever notice how the galaxy's always keeping score? Who's worth saving? Who's expendable?" He paused, adjusting the harness cutting into his shoulders. "I don't play that game." 3 days passed. Aaron rationed water, giving most of it to Threxcal despite knowing the alien's metabolism required far more than his own. He ignored his own hunger, his own exhaustion, pushing forward guided only by a half-remembered map of an abandoned listening outpost. Dominion patrols passed dangerously close. Once, Aaron buried them both beneath thermal cloaks while enemy drones hovered overhead, scanning for survivors they could finish off. Threxcal never begged. He never complained. When Aaron collapsed from exhaustion on the 4th night, it was Threxcal who spoke first. "Human," the alien said, voice softer now. "If you leave me, your death chance decreases." Aaron lay on his back, staring at the poisoned sky. "Yeah. But then I'd have to live with it." Silence stretched between them. In Vec culture, silence was sacred. Finally, Threxcal said, "Among my kind, honor is proven through battle." Aaron pushed himself upright. "Among mine, sometimes it's proven by staying when walking away would be easier." They reached the outpost on the 5th day. It was little more than a reinforced bunker half buried in sand, its systems running on ancient auxiliary power. Miraculously, the medbay still functioned. Its AI protested violently when Aaron wheeled in a critically injured non-human without authorization. Aaron overrode it. The scans confirmed what Threxcal already knew. Paralysis, permanent. Spinal regeneration was impossible with current Vec technology. He would never walk again. Never fight. Never return to the battlefield. When the verdict was delivered, Threxcal closed his remaining eye. "I am nothing," he said. Aaron pulled up a chair and sat beside him. "You're alive. That is not enough." Aaron thought of the men he'd left behind in other wars. Of the ones the galaxy forgot because they were no longer useful. "Then maybe your people need a better definition of enough," he said. The rescue signal took another 2 days to reach a neutral trade vessel willing to respond. When it did, the captain was blunt. "We'll take the human," the captain said over the comm. "The alien stays. He's a liability." Aaron looked at Threxcal. Threxcal looked back. Aaron turned to the comm. "Then you're not taking either of us." There was a long pause. "You're choosing an alien over your own evacuation?" the captain asked incredulously. Aaron nodded, though the man couldn't see it. "I'm choosing a person." The ship landed an hour later. News spread. A human soldier who refused extraction. A paralyzed Vec warrior carried across a battlefield by hand. Footage leaked from the outpost's internal logs. Aaron dragging the sled, shielding Threxcal with his own body during a patrol pass. Across the galaxy, people watched. Vec elders watched too. Honor councils convened. Ancient laws were re-examined. For the first time in recorded Vec history, a warrior who could not fight was brought before the clade not in chains but in ceremony. Threxcal was not stripped of his name. He was given a new one. Threxcal, who was carried. Aaron stood beside him during the announcement, uncomfortable in formal attire, unsure where to put his hands. "You changed nothing," Threxcal said quietly afterward. Aaron smiled faintly. "Funny. From where I'm standing, looks like we changed everything." Threxcal inclined his massive head, a gesture of the deepest respect. "No one would save me," the alien said, "until you refused to walk away." And across the stars, the galaxy learned something it had long forgotten. Humanity's greatest weapon was never its firepower. It was the simple, stubborn decision to stay.